Let's turn our attention to the focus of our program today, which is we have a panel of 4 speakers rather than just one, and they will be moderated by the Honorable John Kest. As many of you know, John Kest is not only a past president of this organization, he's been a great friend of the Orange County Bar Association over the years, volunteering himself and his wife many hours, setting a model. His son now serves on the Young Lawyer Board, the Young Lawyers Division board, and really an exemplary judge in our community. And I thought, what better way to sort of encourage our 4 panelists today to stay on time and stay timely and topical than to have him be your moderator. But before we do that, I just wanted to give you a brief overview of each of our 4 panelists, beginning with Charlie Abbott. I've known Charlie since we moved here in 1998, but many of you probably have known him much longer than that. Charlie graduated from the University of Florida Law School in January 1953, and after 2 years of active duty in the Air Force JAG, he began his career as a litigation associate at the Orlando firm of McGuire, Voorhees, and Wells. He ultimately became a shareholder and the head of its litigation section, concentrating in medical malpractice cases, and Charlie has grew to be recognized as one of the premier defense lawyers in the state of Florida. Charlie's got common sense, down to earth, and an ethical approach to his cases, together with a good sense of humor. He's earned the respect and excellent results from both judges and juries, and he always has a great story to tell you about one of his walks and the number of golf balls he's collected, so I'll let him share that perhaps today or some other time. Next is Leon Handley. I think Leon has not missed a luncheon since 1953 at the OCBA. But we're very proud to always have him in our midst. I know that as a young lawyer that would attend these lunches, I would get comments about, oh, there's Leon Handley, and there's Leon Handley, and I'd be like, well, who is Leon Handley? And at one point, I had the opportunity to sit at one of his tables here at the Bar Association and learn quite a bit from Leon. Leon is a self-described lawyer of 58 years, and he'll say, I'm just a veteran small-town trial lawyer. But the truth is that he has turned this small town and watched it grow, and he has been a major contributing force in our legal community. And thank you for being here, Leon. Next is Jim Russ. I'm not in the criminal courts, so my knowledge of Jim and I probably doesn't go way back. It probably goes to about 3 weeks ago when I contacted his office. But everyone I've spoken to that participates in the criminal arena knows Jim Russ, and perhaps at some point or other may have worked for him or been on the opposite side. Whether it's on behalf of the famous, the infamous, or the unknown, the wealthy or the indigent, the hallmark of Jim Russ's representation of his clients is zealous advocacy based on thorough preparation and command of his case. From the old Justice of the Peace Court to the United States Supreme Court, in state and federal trial and appellate courts, Jim has steadfastly advocated for his clients. He served as the elected Orange County Solicitor Prosecutor from 1961 to 1965, and he practiced for years as a top criminal defense attorney, and still does. He is board certified in both criminal trial and appellate law, and he's been recognized by local, state, and national organizations for his criminal defense work. Perhaps what is most impressive to me about his resume is the fact that the Florida Supreme Court recognized him with the Tobias Simon Award, which many of you know is the award given to the attorney that has dedicated their lives to significant pro bono. So thank you, Jim, for being here as well. And finally, last but certainly not least, is Russell Troutman, one of the pillars of our legal aid society. I know they had a tremendous breakfast of champions the other day, and the work of that organization is in large part to the efforts and the vision that Russell Troutman has had. He came here from West Virginia looking for a better economic climate, and he has not only succeeded in his own personal successes, but he has left behind a legacy of tremendous good work. The vision that they had in the opening days is creating a committee of the Orange County Bar Association to create a legal aid society that has now become a self-standing, semi-independent organization that is a partner with the Orange County Bar Association, will live well into the years in the future. And for that, we have Russell to thank. And with that, I will now turn over the mic and the podium to our moderator, John Kest.
Thank you, Woody. I know you're all eating. Please continue to eat. We're going to talk through your meal. Sometimes that works the best. One of the concerns I had was how I was going to keep this distinguished panel on track from a timing standpoint. I don't have any court deputies here. I do have 7 security guards, which I may have to call upon. But Woody has accomplished what I never thought about. He didn't serve them their meals until just now. They know not to talk with their mouths full, so they're going to have to break away from their meal to answer questions, and then they go back to finish. But we'll keep them on track that way. Woody, thank you so much for thinking of that. I appreciate that. Let me tell you, it is an honor to be asked to moderate this panel. These gentlemen were giants of the profession when I started practicing 37 years ago. And it's also a pleasure to be on a stage where I am not the oldest lawyer anymore. And that is a real pleasure in this situation. Let me try and set the stage for you a little bit with regard to these gentlemen. When they started their career, gasoline was 19 cents a gallon. Milk was $1 a gallon if they didn't go out back and milk their own cow. The postage rate, which was raised for the first time in the 50s, after 26 years of being the same, was raised to the ungodly rate of 4 cents. Dwight D. Eisenhower was president. Richard Nixon was vice president. For you younger folks, that's the person that was depicted in the movie that was out recently. But some things really have not changed. Back at the time they were starting the practice, we were in an economic recession with an unemployment rate of 5%. And yes, the Yankees had won the World Series. But a lot of our water has gone under the bridge since that time. And what I'm going to do is pose some questions to some of these individuals, even though I may direct the question to one. If the others have a comment they wish to make, I'm going to ask them to go ahead and do that between bites of their lunch.